Welcome to an unplanned West Ham transfer rumour show. I had the video for tonight on the channel hours ago. I was on the ball, well organised. Then we get all these transfer updates coming out, so I've scrapped the schedule. But if you want to watch that video, I'll tell you about it at the end of this video. So you can see me wearing my t-shirt with the dodgy collar in back-to-back videos instead of just one. Anyway, let's kick it off with the one that's most likely to join West Ham, and that's Thilo Kehrer. The PSG centre-back we were linked to, well, last Monday, it was sort of widely reported this was our #1 target to replace Issa Diop, who was joining Fulham. And I guess there was an expectancy, or certainly a hope, that it would have been done for Friday so that he could play against Nottingham Forest yesterday. Wasn't the case, but it sounds like we're speeding it up now to make sure that he's in place for the Brighton game on Sunday at a minimum anyway. This is coming from Dermesh at Sky Sports. He states that West Ham are close to finalising a deal with PSG worth 10 million plus add-ons for the German international. Sounds cheap, actually. The reports last week were PSG were looking to closer to 20 million euros, so 10 million pounds. A lot cheaper. Obviously, it depends on what the add-ons are. It could be worth 10 million. How much that is actually worth isn't stated, but it seems like West Ham are really trying to get this done. And I'm quite confident, actually, that Kehrer will end up joining West Ham. I've given my view on him before, but just to reiterate, I think he would be a good signing for us. Plenty of experience playing in a back four or a back three. Predominantly a centre-back, a right-sided centre-back, right-footed. Played right-back many times as well. And when he plays in a back three, he tends to play on the right of a back three. Now, it's been a while since I've seen him play through. And when I say a while, I mean a few years now. I don't recall him playing for PSG. I don't watch many PSG games. If I do, it's big games in the domestic league or in the Champions League. And I don't recall seeing him play. Same with Germany, really. German international. I've seen some games where he has played for Germany, but don't remember seeing him play, if that makes sense. Which is a good thing. It means he's not made a big mistake. But I certainly recall him from Schalke over in the Bundesliga. And certainly back then, I thought he was really good at reading the game. Quite a physical centre-back as well. Not necessarily rapid, but not slow neither. But my worry, and I've said it for one last time, I'm going to say it. My worry was, if I remember him correctly from Germany, he had this sort of desire to come rushing out of the defence occasionally, usually to chase a striker. If a striker would drop deep, he would just chase them into the middle of the pack. But he was quite good at it, to be fair. He'd often win the battle, win the duel, because he was good at reading the game. So it looks like Thilo Kehrer could be on his way to West Ham, according to Dermesh. And fingers crossed we can get him in and get him settled in enough so that he can take part against Brighton at the weekend as well. Now, next up is a new name, someone we've not been linked to in the summer transfer window, and that's Emerson of Chelsea, who's obviously a left back, left wing back, could also play further up the field as well, but predominantly a left back, and it's not someone I've seen us linked to prior in the summer transfer window. And the news actually broke on the Knees Up Motherbound forum earlier. I posted on there stated that West Ham wanted Emerson as well as the other is Hans Vanaken. I don't know why I'm being mysterious about the third player that I'm going to discuss in this video, despite his name being in the thumbnail and the title of the actual video. So the Motherbound poster stated West Ham wanted Emerson and Vanaken. Now, this was then later sort of confirmed by Jacob Steinberg. He did an update this afternoon confirming West Ham's interest in Emerson. And then this evening, Dermesh went a little bit further in regards to the deal or the structure of the deal, again confirming that the Hammers do want to try and sign Emerson from Chelsea for their left-back sort of shopping list purchase this summer. So, broke on these at Motherbound. Now, there's two elements to this, I think. I think there's one, the deal itself, and two, the player. So we'll deal with the player in a second, because the deal provides West Ham with a little bit of a dilemma. Because getting Emerson on loan, I think I'm okay with that. I think, yeah, that's all right. But the problem is, and this is the dilemma West Ham have, it would rule out any other loan signing from Chelsea. Premier League rules state you can only loan one player from a Premier League club at one time. So we bring in Emerson on loan. We can't go after Conor Gallagher on loan. We can't go after Amanda Broya on loan, should he be available. Any other player that Chelsea do have that we might be interested in, doesn't matter if you want him or not, but likes of Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Callum Hudson-Odoi, a couple of them are looking like they could leave Chelsea. Well, West Ham wanted him. We can't get him on loan, that is, if we've got Emerson at the club. So that's why it's a little bit tricky. So we do want to get Emerson and possibly loan one of those. We're going to have to pay money for Emerson. We're going to have to buy him on a permanent deal. And that's where it twists for me, because like I said, on loan, Emerson on loan, I'm fine with that. I'd rather not rule out the possibility of getting one of the others on loan, because I prefer them to Emerson. But trying to ignore that aspect of it, Emerson on loan, I'm okay with that. Emerson on a permanent, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit iffy. I'm a little bit so-so with it. Right, before I go any further though, this video is in collaboration with Spitch. You know who Spitch are. We've mentioned them a few times. It's the One Football's Fantasy League game, essentially. You can download the app, which is completely free to download, using the link in the description. Once you've done that, join up to the app, which is completely free, and then you can participate in free games to win cash. You need to be 18 plus to play this game, due to the fact that you can actually win cash money, and it's got a gambling aspect to it. There is also paid games on there as well, but Spitch don't want us to encourage you to play those games. Spitch want us to encourage you to play the free game. So get it downloaded and start playing along. There's a few twists to Spitch. One, they do it game week by game week. So you play a game, the next game week, so this weekend coming up, you start fresh. You don't have limited transfers or anything like that. You get rid of your entire team and you start again. Also, budget, don't worry about it. On Spitch, you can go over budget. It just means you start with minus points that weekend. So you want to get in all your big hitters, you get in all the big hitters, but you're going to take a points deficit for it. Also, we've got our Hammers Chat League over there as well. Once you've done all that, on the bottom tab, there's a tab called Communities. Click on there. In the search bar, put Hammers Chat. And you'll see the Hammers Chat logo on there. Get joined up to our league and have a little play along. Gonzo's beating me this week so far. I don't really like it. I'll be honest, I'm still getting to grips with the scoring, because Spitch has a different scoring system compared to any other fantasy league I've seen. You get points for tackles, for interceptions, for blocks, for throw-ins. Minus points for missing penalties. Declan, I didn't have Declan, but for those that did, Declan's cost you a bit of points, isn't it? Anyway, Spitch, download it, link in description. Now, in regards to Emerson the player, I think he's alright. I think he's okay. I don't think he's the best left back I've ever seen. 28 years of age as well. I would have liked to have seen, probably signed a younger left back, a longer term sort of solution at that area. Also, 13 million. Dermesh, when Dermesh did his update, he stated West Ham are trying to work on a deal for Emerson for around about 13 million. Now, that to me seems a bit chunky. I think it's quite cheap for a Premier League left back, but for Emerson, I don't think it is. He's Chelsea's third choice for that area of the pitch as well, and it's just not some. When I saw it, it's just not one of them. I thought, oh yeah, yes please. And I know rumours aren't true. When we get linked to all these players, I know it doesn't mean we're actually interested in them. But when I start thinking about all the other left backs we've been linked to in this window, and like I said, I'm aware they're not true, but as a football fan, you've got to see a transfer rumour and think, would I like that player at my club? It's a completely different question to, do you believe that transfer rumour? But when you're linked to other ones, you just think, there's plenty more this summer being linked to I'd much rather have at the club than Emerson. Now, there's some of you watching this right now going, what are you on about? Emerson would be a great addition. Let me know in the comments, because I'll be honest with you, if we sign him, I hope he does well. Of course I do. But I'll be a little bit suspicious of the deal, if you like. I think it's an okay signing, and that's it. I think it's underwhelming. That's my word to sum up this transfer, if it's true. Underwhelming. I think signing Emerson would be just that. Maybe we're on a little bit of a budget now. I do think a couple of days ago I did a video and I stated in there, I think I do wonder if our transfer strategy is taking a little bit of a blow. There's been a spanner thrown in the works with the injury to Aguero. So that money that we had coming in for Diop, I do wonder if we've sort of budgeted that money elsewhere, and now we're essentially Thilo Kehrer, 10 million. Essentially now we've got 10 million we're having to bring in a centre-back for that we hadn't previously considered. So I do wonder if maybe we're having to sort of tighten the belt a little bit elsewhere in the squad, left back being one of them, because, I mean, 30 million is a decent fee. It's just, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Emerson one, if I'm honest with you. Like I said, good player, that's about it. Was on loan at Lyon last season, so I don't know how he did. Maybe he was fantastic, but let me know in the comments below what you think of the Emerson one, and also if you saw him on loan at Lyon, how he got on. Now, moving on to the third player, you know who it is now, Hans Vanaken. We've been linked to him previously quite a lot, I think. Certainly last summer, we were linked to Hans Vanaken a lot. Plays for Club Brugge, attacking midfielder. Can play centre midfield. Loads of experience playing deeper in centre midfield as well. Turns 30 next week. Now, there's no sort of rumoured price tag attributed to this rumour, just that West Ham are interested once more in Vanaken. Big numbers. Posts big numbers. I wrote it down. 9 goals and 9 assists last season in the Belgian league. In the Champions League over the last 2 seasons, he's scored 6 goals and got 1 assist. He only plays the group stages. Club Brugge are always eliminated at the group stage. But he's got experience playing in that competition, Belgian international as well. Now, I can't tell you much about him. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I watch Belgian football. I'll tell you something, by the way. It's not a confession as such. When it comes to international football, Belgium is one of the countries I just don't bother watching. Do you know if Belgium were playing any team one night and Germany were playing someone else at the same time, I would always opt for the German game or the Netherlands game or the France game. For some reason, Belgium, the national side, is just one I've never really sort of found myself drawn to. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't do it. So my experience of watching him is next to nothing. But like I said, we have been linked to him previously. So it's a name that I'm familiar with, but it's not a player I'm familiar with, if that makes sense. So again, if you guys know a bit more about Vanaken than I do, put in the comments below. But in regards to sort of, I guess, the profile of Vanaken, I'm not bothered that he turns 30 next week. I'd imagine, I'd like to think that would make him cheaper, probably. I think there's a lot of people would like to see us sign younger players, and I would too. I think the left back we could do with a slightly younger profile there, but with Vanaken, I think this is a signing for the here and now. You look at Downs, for example. We've brought him in relatively young, and you get the impression already that Moyes is going to be quite slow at introducing him. So if we are going to bring in the younger players with not loads of experience, Moyes might then take his time with him, whereas Vanaken would be coming in with loads of experience at Champions League level as well, and almost as a profile command a starting place in the West Ham team. And we need creativity, and that's what he would bring. Like I said, you don't need to have watched him play because of the numbers, because he is producing these assists, high number of assists every single season. And I know a lot of people will dismiss it because he plays in the Belgian league, and I get that. I do, but you've got to get them from somewhere, kind of thing, haven't you? And again, the fact that we're buying him from Club Brugge should probably be reflected in the price, however much it ends up being. So I think we need somebody that can help us out in that sort of final third, in that creativity side of it. Can play deeper, would be a different type of player to Thomas Souček. I think he's quite tall. I think Vanaken's, if I remember correctly, I think Vanaken is got a little bit of height about him as well, but a different kind of player altogether. So what, in a weird way, I've seen less of Vanaken than I have of Emerson, but I'm a little bit more excited by the latter rumour than I am of the middle one of Chelsea's Emerson. So anyway, there you have it. There's your West Ham transfer rumour show. Oh, my video for tonight, it was more of a reflection back at the game yesterday. Not talking about the game per se, more talking about my emotions after the game. If you want to watch that, it'll be up on your screen in about 10 seconds time. I will publish it tomorrow though, so it'll go up. It's just that we've got 2 videos going up tomorrow night, because I've got that one, and then tomorrow night we'll have the Europa Conference League preview with myself and Gonzo's. We look forward to Thursday night. But let me know the 3 players being linked to: Thilo Kehrer, Emerson, Hans Vanaken. Get your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be back later on tonight to have a little look at what you're all saying. And, well, yeah, enjoy the Crystal Palace Arsenal game. Not Arsenal, Liverpool. Crystal Palace Liverpool game if you're watching it. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Should be a good one. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'll catch you tomorrow. Twice.